Like no other time in history, humanity has experienced isolation. We are skeptical, we're afraid. And what we have done because of COVID and everything that's going on in society, we've withdrawn from each other. And we are talking about how to be human, and it's time to be human again, to reconnect with other humans. Because it is not human to withdraw. It's not human to be skeptical of everybody. It's not human. It's not healthy. It's not good to be isolated and withdrawn from others. God has created humans to be in community. God's created every single one of us to connect with each other. But we have experienced as humans something lately that's not healthy at all, which is to withdraw from others and not be in community, because when somebody would say, hey, I think I was with somebody with COVID, or I think I might have COVID, or I was exposed to COVID, we withdraw from them. What we're doing is withdrawing from community. What we are actually doing is withdrawing from our own humanity. We're designed to be in community and connected with other humans. You see, to be human means to be connected to other humans. That's the way God designed every single one of us, to be connected with each other. God designed Adam and Eve to be connected with God and with each other, to be in harmony with each other, to enjoy one another, to experience intimacy with each other. That's community. That's what it means to be human. But then Adam and Eve said no to God and broke trust with God and broke the relationship. You see, the one thing that we need, the one thing that binds us together is trust. Wherever there is trust, there's a relationship. But when trust is broken, the relationship is broken. There is no community. We break that intimacy and that fellowship. We stop being human. And so a long, long time ago, the Pharisees, the religious leaders, came to Jesus and they said, Jesus, what is the most important commandment? And Jesus said, to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love your neighbor as yourself. What's Jesus doing? He's restoring community with what Adam and Eve had in the garden with God and with each other. So love one another. Well, how do we do that? How do we love one another to restore relationships and community? Well, years later, this guy by the name of Apostle Paul, he came along and he said, let me describe what it means to love one another, to restore relationship, to be truly human the way that God created us to be human. So he said in this passage, 1 Corinthians 13, you probably had it read at your wedding or you heard it read at your wedding, 1 Corinthians 13, the famous love chapter. And it says, love is patient, love is kind, it doesn't envy, it keeps no record of wrongs, and it keeps going on and on and on, describing what love is, because to be human is to love one another. That's how we experience relationships. We're designed to love one another and receive love. And then he says in verse 7, he says, love always trusts. In other words, to be human is to give the gift of trust. They don't have to earn it. We think they need to earn my trust. No, the moment we meet somebody, we give them the gift of trust, because what we're doing is giving them the gift of love. Love always trusts. And when we trust one another, we are restoring relationship. We are being human. We are loving one another. So in this season, we want to encourage every single one of you, every single day, when you put your eyes on another human being, when you go home to your family, your wife, your brothers, your husbands, your friends, your parents, your kids, whatever, you give them trust. You walk in the door and say, hi. And in your mind, you're thinking, I'm going to give you the gift of trust. When we do that, we're loving them. And we are being human again, the way that God designed us to be. It's time to be human again. It's time to reconnect with other humans. Because to be human means to be with other humans. That means to trust one another. And the greatest gift we can give is love. How do we do that? We give the gift of trust. Let's be human again and trust one another.